Hi guys, it's been a while since we've done a draw with me, so I just wanted to do that today with you guys. This is our crazy dining table. I'm just doodling with my friend who came over to try some fountain inks. We have a bunch of stationery that is just on the table because I was also junk journaling. But for today, I just wanted to get back into acrylic marker painting. For the last couple of months, I've been so deep into fountain inks. If you've watched the previous videos, it's all been about swatching, the new inks that I've gotten, fountain pens, dip pens, but today let's just get back into acrylic markers. Alright, so the tools that I'll be using today is Shuttle Arts acrylic markers. They're probably my favorite brand. And then I also like to do a base coloring using Ohuhu alcohol markers. The reason I use the alcohol markers is because I feel like it's just faster to apply a base layer. I don't have to worry about layering and I just want to do it super quickly. So since it's been a hot minute since I've used the alcohol markers, I'm just going to swatch and see which color I want. For anyone new here, I'm Ange, also known as Pikarar. I like to draw random stuff on YouTube. I mostly do draw with me videos, art hauls, I don't know, just random stuff, I guess, whenever I feel like drawing. I also have an online store and I also travel to do conventions, art shows. I also work on client projects like create branding or illustrations for other people. I write books as well. The How to Draw Cute series is by me. I guess I just do a bajillion things. So welcome to the channel if you're new. And today we're just gonna do a cozy draw with me. So you can grab some water, grab a sketchbook if you wanna draw, or if you're doing chores, that's cool too. We're just gonna chat, I guess, and catch up. So recently, a thing I've been doing with all my friends is just getting together, bringing all of our art supplies to just draw and doodle and not really have a specific goal or a project we're working on, but we just like to draw and I guess de-stress. So I invited my friends over today so that we can just do some doodles using fountain inks. My friend is using my dip pen and some Wearingle inks that I previously showed in other videos. Wearingle is a brand from Korea, and when I was last there, I ended up splurging and getting so many inks. But I wanted to get back into painting using markers today. I feel like it's just been so long, and before getting into fountain inks, I primarily was just using the acrylic and alcohol markers. So I feel like I just want to try and see if I can remember how to use them or maybe just experiment. My concept today was I wanted to really just scribble this idea of a Shiba laying on stars and I guess in outer space. I don't know. I didn't really want a background per se. I just wanted to scribble a bunch of colors. And I think what I'm going for is the subject is going to be really colorful, really messy and scribbly, using some light, warmer colors. And then for the background, I've been really into playing with darker colors. So before I do the background, I do want to just lay out the Shiba part and try to layer a bunch of colors. My thinking here is that I'm going to use some yellows, some pinks to highlight the bright areas where the stars are reflecting onto the subject. And I guess there's not really any like reasoning to the colors and the way I'm scribbling. I think I just want to see what it looks like as if these are a bunch of little paint strokes. And I think if this concept goes well, I want to apply it to digital and see if I can replicate it on my iPad using Procreate. It's been a while since I've used Procreate actually. Okay, growing up, I've always been doing traditional, but I think around high school, like late middle school, I started doing more digital work on Photoshop. And since then, I've been mixing both traditional and digital. But I would say, like, in my industry, like, as working after college and getting into the actual industry, I've been primarily doing digital, but in the last year, I've been getting back into traditional, and that's been super fun because I realized that this is just a creative outlet for me that's not really work related and it's just about having fun. So, because of that, because I've been having so much fun, I've been neglecting my digital work and not really feeling like I want to touch my iPad. But with this technique, scribbling using the acrylic markers, it actually makes me think, oh, wait, can I apply this to digital? What would it look like if it was digital? So I actually want to get back into digital, ironically. But first, I just wanted to scribble and see how it would look like on my sketchbook. For those wondering what sketchbook I'm using, this is my own brand. You can get it on my website right now. There are a few left, so you can check it out at pgarrow.com. It's bleed proof. It has this coated paper that works really nicely with alcohol markers and paint markers. You can do a little bit of gouache. I don't really recommend watercolor. You can use pencil as well, and I don't recommend lead pencil though. That one shows a little bit more lightly. I'm actually making another sketchbook type with different paper, and I'll edit another video showing the comparison between the two sketchbooks. By the way, if you want to learn more about video editing, you can check out more tutorials on Skillshare, which is the sponsor of this video. Skillshare is the largest creative online learning community with thousands of classes from a variety of experts and industry professionals. I'm still trying to get better at color grading and editing my videos, so I've been going on Skillshare to find classes. The class I've been looking over is Color Correction by Halis. I like that the lessons break down the different aspects of color grading. There's other categories in the main menu too, like acrylic painting, drawing, and character design. Skillshare is a great resource if you want to learn something new or just want to check out a quick tutorial. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or to scan this QR code will receive 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. Okay, some stuff to catch you guys up on. So some of you guys may know, friends and I have opened a brick and mortar store in Seattle downtown, which is so crazy. I never expected one of my side quests to be opening a store. I don't know how that happened, but originally I was looking for a studio space and I thought it would be cool if half of the studio space was a retail store just because, I don't know, I thought it'd be cool for people to come and see artwork when I'm either working or not working. But the side quest ended up being entirely retail store. I think one, because I wanted to see if I could even run a retail store. And then two, I just needed to, well, I guess like the second reason is the space wasn't big enough to have a studio. So we're gonna see if we can actually get like a larger space or if that's even something that we're interested in still. I don't know. I do enjoy going after side quests when I shouldn't. I should be working on my actual work. So the store has been taking up, I would say, a lot of the time that I would normally have for working on things. So occupying the store, hiring staff, curating the selection, decorating store, all of that has been top of mind for me and the team this summer. On top of summer, I was also traveling to a bunch of shows. We went to Asia to do a show in Korea. I also took a week off and just explored Japan and just kind of like recharged because I felt like I was working a lot the past couple of months, so it is just good to reset. And then when we got back, we started planning stuff for Small Art Mart, which is a local annual event that my friends and I host, and we had thousands of people come this year. The venue was like 3 times bigger. It was crazy. It was a lot. And then after that, we had a lot of friends visit and come into town, and so our place was hosting like 13 plus people throughout like a month and a half time frame, just like a lot of people coming in and out, and so that was really busy. And what else? I've also been still working on other client work, like I'm still writing my 8th book. I think it's my 8th book now. I'm working on some new merch with some clients, so it's been a lot. This is why This draw with me was very relaxing for me. It was a way to just not think about all the things that I have been working on. I've also been neglecting my Patreon. I feel so bad. If there's any Patreons watching this, I'm so sorry. It's been something I have been thinking about. So I haven't sent out rewards since June. I did make stuff for July. I just never printed it. Actually, I printed half of it, but the other half I haven't printed. For August, I started halfway, but I just never finished the piece. I don't know if I even want to get back into it, but maybe after doing this draw with me, I actually will be re-inspired to finish that piece because it is kind of related. It's like a very scribbly piece, so we'll see. For September, my concept is probably, again, something related to the sketchbook page that I'm doing, just because that is something that I've been really interested in, is this scribbling motif and a bunch of colors and a darker background. Yeah, I like that for the base, I started with red, which is my favorite color, and I think it's also just a nice warm tone. Here's Bao being evil. He's playing with my friend's keychain, and we're also clipping his nails because they're getting kind of sharp. And he, out of all the cats, I think I'm least comfortable holding Bao just because he's feisty. But yeah, after I add the red layer, I go back in and I add the blue layer, which is just like a little bit darker. And then finally in the end, which I'll show you guys later, I add a dark layer, which is usually like a really, really dark brown or blue or black. So that just makes the subject pop a bit more. But anyways, going back to Patreon, yeah, I think this month, September, will be more themed around this scribbling color thing. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do for October. I always aim to do something spooky, but it feels kind of funny because, well, strange, I guess, that I finished the spooky piece in October, but then I don't ship out rewards until the following month. So in November, you guys get the spooky rewards. Is that okay? I don't know if anyone has opinions on that, but I've always thought that was weird about Patreon rewards, is like the month of the rewards don't get sent out until the following month. So if I plan it right, technically would it be I draw the spooky thing in September so that you guys get it in October? But that's also weird because then I'm advertising the spooky thing in September. I don't know. This is why I actually don't do as many holiday themed things, because it is all about timing. And I'm an artist that is less about planning that kind of stuff, and it's more about drawing based on vibes and drawing things that I want. Yeah, I think the more I talk about it, it's probably just not something that I want to do. And that's the advice that I would give someone who, if they were talking about the same subject, I'd be like, you should just draw what you want, versus like adhering to capitalism and holiday schedule. Unless your livelihood depends on it, then yes, I understand. Unfortunately, we must adhere to the capitalistic schedule. So I would say scribbling with markers is very easy for me because it's so loose. I don't have to think as much. I do at some point want to translate this to brushes and working on a larger canvas. The thing though is that I'm very impatient, so working on a larger piece, I know that takes multiple days. I know that takes like many sessions. You have to set up the material. It's more than just sitting at a table and like spreading out a bunch of markers. It's like way much more than that, which I guess in my mind, that commitment, it feels like a lot. So we just make do with our iPad and our markers, and I'm cool with that. Yeah, this is nearing the end of this draw with me. I was really happy with how this piece ended up looking. Here's the final. I ended up cleaning a bit more around the big star and just blending all the colors together. I'm not sure how I feel about the lighting for where it hits the Shiba, but I'm also okay with just being able to have experimented on this and being able to scribble and just have fun. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I'm gonna clean up this crazy table now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that rambling. Yeah, just a lot of rambling and catching up, and life is crazy. And I keep saying that it's going to slow down, but I also am the type of person that books a bunch of side quests because I like chasing shiny things. So maybe life will never slow down for me. But I'm gonna try to intentionally take more breaks so that I'm not behind on things and I'm not doing so many things and my brain is so scattered. So yeah, okay. I'll see you guys next time. I post every Monday, 12 p.m. PST. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, okay, bye.